Hey folks, you're welcome to the review of Heart Pain, YouTube released on May 2, 2021 from the stables of the Mount Zion Film Productions. It was written and directed by evangelist Mike Bamloi. It tells the story of Nelson, a minister of God who is away from his home performing ministerial exploits while he spares little or no thought for the welfare of his family. Straight off the bat, I'll say that my favorite catchphrase from this movie is,
"The enemies you are fighting on ministration field have gone home ahead of you."
As well as,
"The demons have been casting out on the field. I've come back home to attack my family."
Chai, you feel that? Heart Pain is a filmic attempt to guide children of God everywhere who are being used by Him in the paths of wisdom for doing the work. The film brilliantly portrays the dynamics of contrast in Nelson's life, ably played by Temidayo Ayodele. Nelson enjoys honor unlike anything I've seen portrayed in any Christian film. There is so much honor afforded him, so many accolades are lavished on him, so much bowing and curtsying and gratitude are expressed for the work of God in his hands. All these go to corroborate what Apostle Paul said about the office of a bishop being an honorable position. Unfortunately, those closest to him cannot regard him that highly because he is hardly ever around, and so we witness a plethora of issues on the home front for him. The display of his human and mechanical entourage is a stark contrast to the loneliness he's put his wife into. The exquisite cuisine presented to him contradicts the dire financial need that his wife and children seem to be in. The editing in those scenes cuts between these two situations in a way that stylistically aids its portrayal. One thing that stuck with me is that when people we minister to are blessed and they express their gratitude, we shouldn't take any of the glory or let it get to our heads. After all, we're just like the court that Jesus rode on into Jerusalem. Whether people praising Jesus or the court, how mistaken we would be to think it's about us. In Nelson's case, we see that he had given in to some level of covetousness. He humbly asks the room attendant,
"How do I surmount all these mountains of food before me?"
and then still requests for fruit salad as dessert. Why, you may ask?
I need to watch my weight.
Yeah, right. He thought himself to be the psalmist, "Thou preparest a table before me," when he ought to have commanded the mountains of food to be moved. I also realized that perhaps the word ministry needs to be understood as service to others in the way that God has planned for our lives. Since that's the case, I believe that the family should be the first recipient and the partakers of this blessing. After watching Heart Pain, I thought to myself that this understanding of ministry would do the family unit a world of good. I think it would give children the opportunity to know the God of their parents, to see Jesus in action through their parents firsthand, which would ensure that godly marriages produce godly children. It therefore places the onus on parents to correctly model Christ to their children. In all, ministers are urged to spend quality time with their families. Indeed, ministry comes first, and that ministry is your family. Something else that came to my mind is what the scriptures say about the children Jesus and Samuel, that they grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor before God and man. I believe that they grew in favor before man because they had good behaviors which made a good number of people to like them. In Nelson's case, however, though he's ministering on the field, his character is quite questionable. He showed himself as a man that lacked integrity because when he said he would call his wife back, he didn't, which is why I believe that when he tried to cast out Ishabaka, it had no respect for his word because Nelson himself had no regard for his own word. Christianity isn't merely about displaying spirituality, but living out contentment with godliness, which the Bible says is great gain. In terms of the cinematography, it is worthy to note that the Dutch angle shot, which duly portrays Mrs. Nelson's frantic situation, was an inspired choice. All in all, Heart Pain is a touching movie with a God-given message and ends with a new number, Letting Go, I believe, from J. Mikey. I recommend it for your watching blessedness and pleasure. Alright, we've come to the end of the review of Heart Pain. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The link to the movie is in the description. See the next video. Stay blessed.